No, so
Are we in it?
yeah, it's good now. But when I had Matt Summerstein on a couple weeks ago, it just shut off 10 minutes in.
Oh, that's good.
So we will see.
The whole episode is fucked.
Well, it wasn't a great episode to begin with. So yeah, it was a little slow. It was a little slow with Summerstein.
You got to get into it.
That's it. You got to get into it. Well, he showed the feats. Listen, the whole reason you're here, we're trying.
Yeah.
I feel like we're doing more foot promotion than comedy promotion on this app.
I sent it to someone on Instagram that was like, "Oh, I want to, you're on pods and stuff." I sent them this, and they were like, "Oh, it just seems like it's a lot of foot stuff."
Huh?
I was like,
"Wait,
yeah.
is it a comedian or?"
It was just a person that wanted to come to shows, and they were like, "Oh, I'm interested in your stuff." So I sent them the last episode from this podcast, and they were like, "It's just a lot of feet stuff."
See, it's a lot. My dad watched the episode 19 times. He was a huge fan.
Your dad
It's his
did.
favorite episode.
This one?
Oh,
Mine?
yeah, you. Yeah.
Your dad.
You in particular.
Your dad's got a crush on me.
He was everything.
Is your dad gay?
Well, he thinks you are. I'll tell you that much.
Him and most of the New York City.
That's how you open. You really
Yeah.
B-rabbit yourself in the beginning of the hosting
I mean, I want to
sets.
get it. It's a classic, like, this is what people tell me I look like, so.
Yeah, but usually people say a celebrity or
Nope, I just
you're
get-
like, people tell me I look gay.
Just your run-of-the-mill homo.
But that's a compliment, is it not?
It is. I mean, I think about it as, like, most gay men stereotypically are, what, muscular and well put together? Like, fashion-wise, clothes-wise?
I would say that's a New York gay.
Yeah, that's true.
An NYG.
Yeah, an NYG, NYCG.
An NYCG.
Yeah.
That's true, not an NYSG. A New York State gay.
No, that's different. That's more
Completely
lumber. Like,
different.
upstate, probably more
A
lumberjacky.
lot more depressed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's not a lot of dick up there, I don't think.
I think it's there. It's just closeted. It's hidden.
Yeah. That's kind of fun, though, isn't it, in a way? You get to sneak out on your family.
You like a chase. You like a pursuit.
A little bit.
I
mean, I also like it just thrown at me, too. Not dick, vaginas.
Well, or
Well, didn't tell that story.
Yep, that's why my
But that
dad's
was
watched
post.
it so many times.
That was post.
Well, yes and no.
What?
The one that you came over found out no
Didn't hook up with
no
them,
transition.
no.
Just hung
That
out.
was she was hot, though. I'll tell you that. I mean, I'm not ashamed to
They
say.
usually are.
Yeah. See, then it's like when the dick comes out, you're like.
Every time.
I had one time this girl matched with me.
Mastered you?
Matched with me on.
mastered you.
She mastered me. That's a sex term.
I've
last night?
learned a lot from this podcast.
How was last night? Well, she mastered me.
She mastered me.
She didn't masturbate me. She mastered me.
Yeah, that's right. That's a black dom.
Yeah, love that.
All right.
Okay.
We're having fun.
Cut that part out.
No, listen, out of all the things we've said,
Yeah,
that's the most tame.
That's casual. What was I saying? Well, like I matched with this girl. I think it was Hinge. It was one of the sites a long time ago. And, sometimes you get a little sexual before you meet up. And very beautiful girl in pictures. Doesn't say anything about being trans in her profile. Sends me a picture, and it was like a pic from behind her ass. And it was very clear that there was a dick being tucked between the legs.
From the back.
Because, on all fours from behind, you can see a butthole and a vagina if it's a girl.
Right.
But if they're a trans, not post, they're tucking the dick up front. And
Gotcha.
you can see it's just, the back of a bag.
That's the back of a bag, yeah. We're not talking Jansport, folks.
Yeah, we're talking Mansport.
Yeah. That's the title of the episode.
Mansport. There it is.
But you're doing this on Hinge?
Dude, sometimes they don't say shit.
I'm not arguing if they say something or don't say something. I'm saying the pictures and the...
No, not on Hinge. So then we went to texting.
This is what you're going this far off. I do 3 messages and a drink. You go this far?
You don't get their phone number first?
You get the phone number and then yeah.
I will rarely meet up with a girl if she's like not moving into texting.
Oh, I won't do that.
No, because it's like then because I have had it before, and I think I just got burnt, and I'm like I have PTSD from it. Like that happened, and I didn't get the phone number, and then I show up, and then she just like didn't show up. And then when I went,
really?
Yeah, and then within like 30 minutes of me like waiting for her, I went back to Hinge, and she had deleted me.
No way.
Yeah, so just complete fuck.
You can't do that. That's scumbag.
That's
shit.
fuckery.
Have you ever had a girl bring a friend?
Yeah.
See, people are telling me this has happened. I've never experienced
Well,
this.
that's only happened to me when like I've invited a girl to a comedy show, then she'll say like, can I bring a friend?
That's a different story.
That is a different story.
That's a different bag of hammers.
One time I had a threesome because this girl brought her friend to a show, And then we ended up just having drinks afterwards, and we all fucked.
Huh.
She fucked her friend, too.
Okay.
Zach.
I would imagine that's...
Yeah. At the Pod Hotel in Times Square. What a good night.
At a hotel?
She was visiting.
Oh.
From, I think, Australia or somewhere way far away.
What a country.
Yeah. And she said she met the girl the night before.
Okay.
On, like Bumble BFFs or whatever the fuck. Like, because she was visiting by herself for, like, 2 weeks. And I guess she just met up with this girl on, like, a social thing. Just, like, as a friend.
That's weird.
Well, Bumble BFF is that.
I know girls that are not from New York do the Bumble BFF. I was seeing a girl who did that. Like, all her friends were from Bumble BFF. And I said, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
That's a little weird.
It's a little weird because also some guys, I've heard from a friend of mine that's a girl, they will do the BFF to try to fuck you. They won't just be outright dating. It's like, hey, let's meet up and like be buddies. And then you show up and it's a fucking date.
But then again, that's wolf in sheep's clothing.
It's bullshit. It's like, dude, just...
You should know. If you're a girl, you should know that.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, like, yeah, ladies out there, don't do the BFF.
No, don't
friendship stuff with a guy. They want to fuck you.
To me, that's a bit... If a girl tells me she's on Bumble BFF, that's a little girl autistic.
Well, it's case by case because if they're like new to a city or like, they're trying to freshen up their friend group, like I get it, I think it's it's much weirder, I think, if guys do it.
It's very weird if
I don't
want
to just fucking meet up with a dude and be like, hey, man, you think we could be friends? What?
But then again, do you think this is because we're comics are saying this? Or is it because...
What do you mean?
I think it's very easy to make friends, but then again, I'm a very sociable person. You're a very sociable person.
Yeah.
Go, do it through work, join a kickball team, be gay, whatever you want to do.
The gay part, you're making friends all day.
You're making friends left and right.
All day.
But I feel like Bumble BFF, what are we doing here?
I think it's just for people that are lonely and like...
But join a fucking, a Zog sports team.
Yeah, that's a good way too. And there's usually a lot of hot girls there.
I've never done one.
I've never done one, but I always like city bike by them in the summer when they're playing like beach volleyball, and it's just a bunch of hot ass chicks.
Beach volleyball by City Vineyard.
Yeah, and then they all go out for drinks afterwards every single time.
They do every time.
And then and someone's fucking.
Oh, my roommate did it for a while when I had a roommate. Mike.
I was gonna say you live in a studio. Where's this guy at?
Yeah, he's in the bed.
And he's hot.
And he's not a bad looking guy. Makes a good chicken parm. I'll tell you that much, Mikey Caprito. But he would go out all the time for these Zog sports, 12 months a year. Never brought a girl back.
Never?
I know.
Yeah. I would have to like stop myself from trying to use it for that.
Well, you have a problem.
I do not have a problem. It has never interfered with anything personally or professionally other than the times that I've cheated and got caught.
Okay.
That's
so outside of how many times?
Outside. Oof. I mean.
Okay, that's not good. If I ask how many times have you cheated or gotten caught, and you said you didn't even say a number.
Well, I told you there's that whole fucking Facebook page about me.
There's a whole Facebook page about you?
Yeah. Well, it's not just me, but I've got my own. I'm not proud of it, but it's true.
What do you mean?
It's called "Are We Dating the Same Guy?" And it's got like 130,000 members in New York.
I've heard of this.
Yeah. There's some guy in Chicago sued the girls and the whatever group, Facebook group.
Interesting.
But like, if you look at this is the reason I'm not upset talking about it or like trying to hide it, is because all of it is just like, don't date him. He's like, he's good to fuck, but like, don't date him. And then other ones are like,
it's not a terrible review.
Yeah, but
it could be worse.
It could be much worse. Because there's ones that like are accusing men of the R word, and that's what it's there for. It's to like help protect women, But what are you laughing at?
They banged the guy with Down syndrome.
Oh, okay. The other R word. The less severe R. No, but like I get that's what it was originally created for, but then it just devolved into women just bashing men.
So it's just a roast channel.
Literally, and it says you're not supposed to say the person's name, and then all of these are like, Zach McGovern's cheap. Zach McGovern splits bills.
Such a cheap?
Yeah, I mean, because here's the thing.
All right.
If I go on a first date and I immediately I know I'm not going to like the girl, or we just don't vibe, like, at the end, I'll be like, all right, well, you want to split the check?
You'll do a split check?
If I'm never going to see her again.
You can't do a split check.
I did it, and I've done it.
How many times? You're doing No, you always got to pick up the check. Even if you don't like them.
Even if the date sucks. And they're like rude, or you can tell they're not into you at all.
Yes.
No.
You just got to do it.
No. And then if the date's going well, a lot of times the girl will be like, well, do you want me to split it? And I'm like, no, of course not. But if the date's not going well, and she's
no,
like,
this is going well.
Yeah, this is going well. I want to have a chance to have sex with you later, so I'm going to pay for the 3 vodka sodas.
So this is what we should be able to do on this page. We should be able, kind of like Google reviews. You should be able to comment on the review.
Yeah, on the are we dating the same guy?
On the are we dating the same guy?
Women will comment on other girls' posts, and it'll turn into a whole like talking thread. You know what I mean? But like
right, but
men
you can't defend yourself.
Men can't join the group.
Why not?
Because
who is the gatekeeper of the group?
It's only for women. Yeah.
We got to call some of these trans people you went out with.
Huh?
Get them into the group.
Well, I had my sister join the group because her last name is her ex-husband's last name. So it doesn't say like so-and-so McGovern. You know what I mean?
But even then, there's a million McGoverns.
True. Yeah, but I feel like it was, yeah, you're right. But anyway, she got in and she was just kind of monitoring the thread. Okay. That's like the worst thing on there is like, he's a piece of shit. Like,
the worst thing on there is that I'm a bad person.
Well,
other than that, it's great.
I'm not a bad person. I mean, if you,
I know you're not a bad person.
Cheating is obviously bad, and don't do it. And that's why open relationships are great.
Sure. Okay.
Which is
we're getting somewhere now.
I think we talked about this last time. That's where that's where my life is heading. I believe.
Well, I think I met the person.
Maybe.
Okay.
Potentially.
Yep.
But anyway, I mean, I don't want to cheat anymore. I don't want to be that guy. And I know myself, if I get into a monogamous relationship, eventually there's a certain point where I'm like, I need something different.
You like different flavors.
You do. And it's okay. As long as you're open and honest and you're like, hey, we're in an open relationship and they agree to it, I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
But now let me throw this
But
at
there's the pesky part of that where she can fuck other people too.
It's a double-sided...
it's a double-sided dildo.
Double-sided dildo here. But...
And women can get laid much easier than men. So you got to be okay.
Substantially.
You got to be okay with like, okay, you're going out of town or I'm going out of town. And you don't really talk about it. I mean, I don't want to be in that kind of open relationship. But like, you got to be okay knowing that if she wants, she will get. And when you want, you might not get.
So now this is interesting. You just wouldn't talk about it.
Fuck no. I don't want to hear about her getting banged out.
Okay.
Would you?
I wouldn't be in this situation to begin with.
You don't want to be in an open relationship?
No.
Never?
No.
So you're going to be fine with being with one girl for the rest of your life?
Yes.
Good for you.
Depending on the right person.
Yeah. But the right person will be that person forever. So, like,
right.
If you're with them 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, you're telling me you're never going to get bored?
No, not if it's the right person.
Well, you're gay.
All right. Well, that's it.
And episode's over.
And listen, the fans would love it. But my dad would hate it.
Yeah.
But dude, what about if you had like, you like vanilla one day, chocolate one day, strawberry the next?
What's strawberry? Because we know what vanilla and chocolate is.
Trans.
Strawberry's trans?
Sure.
Wouldn't that be like a Neapolitan because it's a bunch of different flavors?
Maybe well, now you're getting to where I'm going to go.
Okay.
You seem like a guy that would be into like a polycule.
Explain.
You like, or maybe like a sister wives thing, because I think a polycule you need more guys.
You're talking about like a polyamorous thing?
Like a polyamorous.
Polycule?
I think that's a term, people. Comment
is that like
below.
A molecule that fucks a lot of other molecules.
Yeah, and then it just keeps growing and growing through osmosis.
And then it turns into a person.
And then it turns into a fetus, and then a baby, and then you grow.
And then a trans person.
And then, well, if it's the people you go out with. But
nothing wrong with trans.
Nope, nothing wrong.
The post, I'd probably date.
And pre, nothing wrong with that either.
Well,
I just wouldn't date either.
Wouldn't date either. I don't know. You would never. I think we talked about this last time. We're going to bring it back up, guys. You would never post? No. You'd never just hook up with a post?
Yeah,
really?
Just not for me.
Even if it... Okay, here's the thing. If it's like a gorgeous, beautiful woman, but you just know she used to be a dude.
Yeah, it's not great.
I'd do it.
Dude, I wouldn't hook up with a girl. She just had garlic. Never know less if she was just a guy.
I'll eat her ass if she's lactose intolerant. I don't give a fuck.
And that's to each his own.
Yeah. Do you eat ass? You do.
Chocolate. Me? No. Not that
you don't eat ass either?
We're two very different guys.
This has become apparent.
And that's why this is good potting.
It's good pod.
We get two different perspectives.
Yeah, you can't bring two people on here that are like, I want to be monogamous and I don't eat ass. Episode's over, boring.
No, that's
Throw it in the
church.
Trash. Throw it in the trash. Yeah.
Yeah, we're not here for church,
I'm
dude.
in the church of ass.
There you go. Put that on a T-shirt.
Huh? If you have any hot lady listeners, I'll eat your butt.
Well, That I'm not sure.
I don't think you do.
I don't think I do.
I think it's mostly men and mostly men who like feet.
There's two things I'm doing on this podcast: comedy and showing men's feet.
Comedy and
Women don't really like either of those things.
men's feet? No. I feel like men are more into like, oh, she's got hot, or she or he or whatever. They have hot feet.
Yeah.
You know, the older I get, the more I appreciate feet.
Huh. Mm-hmm. What does that mean?
Like, you know, I never used to look at a foot and be like, oh, this is a pretty foot. But like now in my 30s, I'm kind of like, she's got nice feet. I don't want to put it in my mouth or my ass or anything, but I'm like.
Well, is it you just like how they're kept? Is this like, oh, she keeps up with herself?
It's not like a pedicure situation.
She updates her software?
I'm talking about an actual foot.
Oh,
how we doing?
A physical foot? Yeah, I'm just checking constantly to see if that's still
on.
I
know. Now it's you're paranoid.
Wait, so you just like the foot? Like, I understand if you're like, oh, no, she, the nails are healthy and they're colored and fresh
the
job.
The nails are healthy?
Yeah, dude.
What are you, a fucking podiatrist?
Yeah, so, I like to keep up.
Okay. No, I'm talking about the actual foot itself, like the way it's shaped.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't
listen. I'm not saying I'm a foot guy.
Listen, these guys are all. They're like, listen, this is the first time Zach's made sense.
They're like, we get it.
Yeah,
he's coming around.
Yeah. They're like, all right.
No, but I would. For example, I would never like have a girl send me a picture of her foot and be like, oh, that's fucking
right.
Oh yeah, more of that.
No, you're a guy that you need a used panty and a vending machine in Hiroshima.
Yeah, I mean, come on, you've never looked at a girl and been like, I bet her panties smell nice.
No.
Never?
No.
Like a girl.
To me, I don't even understand that.
I don't think, like, look, again, not into it. I'm saying I understand
it.
Understanding something and being into it are very different things.
I understand it.
Yeah.
I'm not into it.
Listen.
There's many things I understand.
Listen. I've never done this.
Okay.
I will do it. And I'll probably do it a lot at some point.
Okay.
I've never been in the situation where, like, and maybe you have. You're sexing up a lady.
Okay.
And she's like, let me stuff my panties in your mouth while I ride you.
Not once.
Would you do it?
No, I don't like things in my mouth.
Really?
Yeah, no. I already can't breathe through my nose. You
Guys,
eliminate my mouth, that's it.
Your host is a fucking nerd.
Yeah, I think these guys are like, dude, what the fuck's going on with Zach, dude?
Yeah.
This guy will do anything.
Uh-huh. I mean, come on. If you're sexually attracted to the girl and she wants to do some freaky shit like shove her panties in your mouth, bring them on. Daddy's got a big mouth.
Well, this episode could be named a few things. Will you eat anything? And that's not even a sexual thing.
What are we talking about?
Just
food-wise?
Yeah, like food or...
I hate cucumbers.
Oh, wait. Hold the phone, folks.
I hate
Shove
cucumbers.
Panties in your mouth, an asshole, but a cucumber.
It's a completely different thing. I understand cucumbers have been used sexually, but I'm differentiating sexually versus food.
So am I. It's just a cucumber.
I'm not having fucking used panties for lunch.
Okay.
You know?
But you'll still put it in your mouth.
Yeah.
Got it.
I would rather put used panties from a hot chick that just got done with like a pretty tremendous workout way before I'd take a bite of a cucumber.
Clip it.
It's true.
Okay. There's a lot to digest in this.
I mean,
no pun intended.
What would you not eat?
Me? Wait.
See,
I don't know how you're asking this.
See, we're different.
We're different.
You're more exploratory with food. Didn't you used to be fat?
Yeah.
See, that's why.
Yes.
You'll eat anything.
But usually, I will say, a fat will do anything sexually, kind of for the opposite reason.
Did you say a fat?
A fat, yeah.
That's hilarious. A fat.
A fat. They'll do anything because they're deprived and...
if you had a podcast, if you wanted a partner, you could get a gay guy on here and call it a fat... No, never mind. Moving on.
I don't know how that would do with SEO, I'll tell you that much.
I didn't say it. I did not say it.
No.
You can't
if anything, that might turn them on more.
Yeah. I'll switch teams if this podcast does well enough.
That's not good. Morally, it's all over the place here.
Hey, you got to support every community, you know?
Oh, I think we've touched everyone so far.
We got it.
So you wouldn't be into the poly stuff? Because to me, you seem like a guy that would be.
Well, it's good that I'm on the pod because we can discuss this and I can flesh it out in my own mind.
That's
for
what
our
we're
listeners.
here for.
I don't know because I don't know that I necessarily would want to like love multiple women at the same time because that just seems like a fucking lot. Because a relationship is a lot, you know?
Yes.
Mentally, emotionally, it's a lot, right? So now you're putting 2, 3, 4 of those in there. How much fucking time do you have?
Well, I assume that they would also be involved in the relationship.
What do you mean?
I am thinking of this more of a Mormon situation.
Yeah.
But even as a non-Mormon situation, just, people...
Are you Mormon?
No, I'm just saying.
Oh, okay. I was like, I'm fucking leaving.
No. Come on. We got beer and Celsius is in
You
here.
got Celsius in there?
I have no Celsius. I got beers in there.
Oh, okay. I thought you said seltzers.
No, I got no
Daddy
seltzers.
would do a seltzer.
I got
He's trying to watch his
Budweiser
weight, so we're not
and
doing...
Heineken's.
Can't do it.
Well,
I might be able to have one. Who knows? Should I have one? I should probably have one, right, guys?
listen.
If I have one, if you have one.
Yeah, sure.
All right. After the Celsius.
Okay. Got a few Budweisers in there because my grandfather had a stroke, and I got his Budweiser.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's good. Is that classy?
You stole his Budweiser?
Nope. My parents came into the city for dinner, and they said, "Oh, we're gonna give you. You're gonna get your grandfather's inheritance, a 36 pack of Budweiser."
What? So it was that severe, or did he die?
No, he's alive. He just
Can't drink anymore?
he shouldn't have been drinking for the past 50 years.
Oh, he was an alcoholic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you don't really drink too much,
Not much, just after shows.
and you do shows all the time.
Well, yeah, and it's not good that they're free also.
I know.
When's the last time you paid for a drink besides a date and you're going half on them?
I mean, at comedy clubs, they're like, Tribeca used to be one of the clubs that I did all the time. And I still do it a lot, but post-pandemic, they fucking charge you full price for every drink, and they're like $18 a drink.
Really?
That place is so like great
fuck
club.
that.
Great club. I love doing Tribeca. They book it super well. Great crowds usually, but fucking not even a discount for the comedians. Not one free drink, not half off your first drink.
Yeah, no, fuck that.
I got 2 drinks there one time. And my bill was fucking $44,
Yeah,
and it's
no.
like well tequila. $44.
44. What's the fucking well tequila? Don Julio?
No, exactly. It's fucking Montezuma's Revenge or whatever, and it's like, and they add their gratuity on.
No.
I'm like, you know me.
That's Tribeca
I
as
host here
fuck.
fucking 3 times a month. I do spots here 3 times a month. Like what?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
That's also. New York is what? $5 beers? Or it was $5 beers.
New York Comedy Club?
Yeah.
If you're on the show, your first drink is free, and then it's $5 comic drinks.
Yeah. That's okay. That's a fair.
That's fine. I mean, I get it. I get that because that also is like, maybe I'm assuming wrong, but I'm thinking the mentality is like, charge them some or they're going to get fucking blasted. You know?
That's also true. Yeah.
Especially like if you're
Comics?
Yeah. And if you're like not performing at the club, you're just like hanging to like network. What are you going to do? But if you got free drinks, you're just getting blasted at the bar.
I'm saying people on the show should get free drinks. Everyone else,
I
maybe
agree.
your full price.
Maybe 2 free drinks. If
At
you're on
least,
the show.
If you're on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then again, you also don't want comics drunk on stage.
Well, this is a very play it as it is rule.
Buzzed is much different than drunk.
Yeah, of course.
Only one time in my entire career, almost 14 years in comedy, I fucked up. I went to this brunch, and I was taking Adderall at the time, so I wasn't hungry, so I didn't eat any of the brunch, but I was fucking slamming the Aperol spritzes because it was unlimited Aperol spritzes. Then my Adderall wears off.
Good.
I had a show in about an hour, and I was like, I can't do the show. So luckily, it was a produced show. It wasn't a club house spot. It was just a produced comedy show. So I called the guy and I was just, hey man, I'm really sorry, I fucked up.
Adderall wore off.
Adderall wore off, and I had 18 fucking Aperol spritzes.
Who's doing Aperol unlimited?
Tara
Aperol
Rose,
spritzes?
Aperol spritzes.
Wow, Tara Rose. That's a name I haven't heard since
Tara
Nixon
Rose
was in office.
Tara Rose is a great bar. I have such a great memory of that place. Do you want to hear it?
Well, still, yeah, I would love to hear.
It's a good one.
It's still there, I think.
It is there. It is a great place.
Yeah, it's
but their
fantastic.
brunches are like normal, like unlimited mimosas. But then you could do unlimited Aperol spritz for the same price. So why wouldn't you do that?
I hear you, sister.
And one day I was there with a buddy of mine, and they like just sitting at the bar, and it was busy, but it was just him and I at the bar. The rest of the restaurant was pretty slammed. I go to the bathroom. I come back. There's a girl on his left, and then a girl on his right in my seat.
Okay.
Both these girls are super hot. My friend's talking to him. He's a good-looking guy. He's great with ladies, so he's like chatting them up. And I came up, and like the one girl like didn't even look at me, so like that's annoying. I was like, "Hey, sorry, you're like in my seat," and she was like, "I don't care."
Oh.
I was like, "Oh," and she was hot, so of course I'm gonna let it go for a second. I'm like, "Oh, you're kind of bitchy, huh?" And she was like, "What?"
You said that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I like chuckled, and I was like, I'm just kidding. And she's like, why would you say that? And I was like, you're in my seat. And I asked for my seat back, and you're like, I don't care. I swear to God, next thing out of her mouth is, you're an asshole, but you're hot. You want to make out? I was like, yeah, of course. So we start making out, and we're sitting there. I get another Aperol Spritz. She has another drink. 5 minutes later, she's like, what were you doing downstairs? And I was like, I was going to the bathroom. She's like, are the bathrooms big? And I was like, what do you mean? She goes, are they big enough to fuck in? And I was like, well, they sure can be. We went downstairs, hooked up in the bathroom, full on sex, came back upstairs, had another drink. My friend and I left. And then later that night, we went to another bar after my show, and I run into the other girl, not the girl I hooked up with. The other girl comes like barreling up to me. She's hammered at this point. She's like, oh my
different
God.
bar?
Yeah. She's like, oh my God, are you the guy that fucked my cousin in the bathroom? I was like, that's me.
Is that your cousin?
Yeah. And I had met another girl after the show, so I'm like standing next to this girl, and she's like, when was this? And I was like, it was a long time ago. Literally earlier that day.
Okay.
Not great.
How long ago was this?
A couple years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
How often are you getting checked?
Yeah, I go like once a month, once every 2 months.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay.
But now I'm like in more serious-ish open type thing. So
We're growing.
yeah. So I'm still getting tested, But you should, if you're sexually active
You should.
at all, you should be going every couple of months,
Of course.
at least.
Quarterly.
Yeah, like sometimes I'll go in and I'll get tested, and they'll be like, did you engage in unprotected or dangerous sexual activity? And I'm like, no, I just haven't gotten tested in a couple.
What's dangerous sexual
I know
activity?
it's like kind of gross to think about what that entails. You know,
Have
what
you
I
ever
mean?
had sex with a knife to your throat? You're like, no, yeah,
I can't
maybe,
come unless
I don't know.
I can't come unless my life's in danger.
Yeah, I have been dating Gypsy Blanche Rose or whatever. her name is.
But like, I'll just be like, no, I just it's been a couple months. Are you sexually active? Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Did
why
you
I'm
not
here,
use
dude.
condoms? Do you ever? And then you're like, let's just get tested.
That's something I'm learning. No one's using condoms
Are
anymore.
you a good condom boy?
I think that's a very important factor.
Is it?
I think so.
I mean, listen.
All right. Another thing we seem to disagree on.
I don't disagree. I respect,
All right.
any woman's choice, and if she wants to use a condom, we're using a condom. And now that I'm more in this like open thing ish, like I respect my primary partner essentially. So like, I'm gonna use condoms if I am hooking up with a rando outside of it.
Okay.
Okay,
so we found the condom line here.
That's respect for the person that I'm
Of
seeing,
course.
seeing the most, right? But like when I'm fully single, some would say that you're not respecting yourself, but like I'm a dude. I know that's not a good excuse, but if I go home with a chick,
Some would say that's the best excuse.
I know, but so questions and answers on my part.
Okay.
If the girl in that situation, I bring a girl home. We're probably drinking. I meet her at a bar, wherever it might be. We come
I
home.
don't think you're meeting her at the library, Zach.
That's
I'll
true.
be honest with you.
It's true. Meeting her at the clinic. We come home
Okay, that's
afterwards.
good.
And she doesn't bring it up. I'm probably not going to bring it up either. So that's where I'm asking you. You seem a little different. So you bring a girl home.
Yeah.
You start fooling around, and you can kind of gauge like, oh, she'll just let me throw it in.
Yes.
You're like, I'm gonna go get a condom.
Yes.
Good man.
Yeah.
Good man.
Yeah, it's just you just do it type of thing. It's like you brush your teeth.
You've never not done it? You've gone to
In
bed without brushing your
relationships.
Okay.
Yeah.
Every single time you've hooked up as a single guy, you use a condom.
On just one off. Yeah.
One off. Every single time.
Yeah.
Wow. I see, and I could be wrong. This is obviously a subjective point of view. I think you're in the minority.
I do. I thought I was in the majority. Yeah, no, I'm in the minority.
Dude, people are just out here raw dogging.
Everyone, dude.
Everyone.
It's amazing how there's not just like pregnancy all over the place.
Have you noticed that in the last couple of years, how many more city MDs been popping up around Manhattan?
Do you think that's all
There's a
STD
correlation.
Interesting.
There's got to be a
theory.
correlation. How do you think they're paying their bills?
The China virus.
Fucking cough and cold? No. It's fucking drip tips and itchy vages.
I hate to admit this. I think you're 100% correct with
I
this.
just thought of that right now because I saw fucking 3 city MDs on my city bike ride from Hudson Yards up here. It's like
You only saw 3?
That's a 35-minute ride. Well, most of it was through the park, so there's only one city.
there's
only one City MD in Central Park.
Only one in Central Park. Yeah, we got to expand.
But yeah, I mean, come on, 3, and not to mention the other urgent care clinics.
Right, no, I'm with you.
You know?
Have you had a Q-tip in the?
They don't do the Q-tip anymore.
They don't. Oh, okay. Well, I haven't been tipped off.
Yeah.
Wait, so what are they doing
Q-tip.
now?
You're just pissing in a cup. If you're
it.
If you're testing for chlamydia and gonorrhea and like trichomoniasis or whatever the fuck that is, you piss in a cup. If you're getting tested for syphilis, HIV, herpes, hepatitis, you got to get the blood work.
Right.
Yeah. And I'm not doing the blood work every single time. I'm doing the blood work like twice a year. When I go every like 2-3 months or so, I'm just taking a piss in a cup.
Right. That's the. I only know one person that had it.
Had what?
Like the Q-tip.
I mean, yeah, that's maybe they still do it, but City MD doesn't.
This is back in I don't know how old we were. And this is back in the day.
That was a fucking bitch.
I can't even imagine. I'd rather just have whatever you think I have.
Yeah, and it's not like a regular Q-tip. It's like a long, very thin Q-tip, and then they put like a good 1.5 inches in your cock.
I heard.
And they fucking wiggle it around.
I heard.
For a good 10 seconds. And it's embarrassing because they're just holding your fucking little sad urgent care wiener and fucking...
You can't really hold it. Yeah, you can't really have a conversation like that, you know? Yeah, I've seen... Yeah, you watch these Yankees?
Yeah.
You can't really do that.
You got your little fucking sad, I might have chlamydia dick.
Yeah. I'd rather just give me all the drugs.
One time I was... And I used to do a joke about this. It's a long time ago. One time I was getting an STD test and the nurse's aide or nurse practitioner or whatever that was testing me was fucking gorgeous.
It's gonna happen.
And I was flirting with her and she called me out. She was like, "Are you seriously flirting with me while I'm giving you an STD test?" And I was like, "Is that bad?" And she's like, "It's not gonna happen, sir." I was like, "Okay,
sir."
Well,
so you like it rough?
No one's fucking a sir. You call me a sir, you're not fucking me.
A sir?
No one's fucking me unless it's England.
Well. What was a City MD nurse practitioner?
It was City MD, yeah.
Was it a nurse practitioner or a nurse assistant? These are two very different things.
I have no idea. It was the person that was giving me the test, so I'm assuming
either way,
nurse,
she probably didn't go to a good school. I think you could have done it.
She said no.
I think a little
What do you want to
persistence.
keep going?
I think you say, listen, I'm going to be at the Terra Rose Unlimited Aperol Spritzes. Let me tell you one thing. Bathrooms are pretty big.
I should have said, if this thing comes back negative, how about then?
Yeah, that would have been good. If it comes back clean, drinks on me. If it comes back dirty, drinks on me. What are we doing here?
If it comes back dirty, I'm getting clean right now, so who cares? That's in the past, baby.
Listen, here's one thing you need to know about me. I get it in.
I get it in.
That's it.
We're talking about me or you?
Her.
Okay.
Well, you.
How much fucking are you doing?
Not a substantial amount.
Yeah, you don't strike me as a very sexual lad.
Well, compared to you, no one is.
All right.
Well, I'm being held to a high standard here.
I have a very high sex drive.
Yes, that's clear.
It's New York City. It's a fucking 24/7 buffet of humans.
Right.
That might be a bad way to describe it, but you get the visual.
That's a really sociopathic way of thinking of this.
Okay, I see.
A buffet of humans.
Yeah, but you're not eating the buffet. You're fucking the buffet.
That's worse.
Yeah.
If I walk into a buffet and someone's paying in the buffet, I'm going to be like, I can't be at this place anymore. Someone's eating the buffet.
But if it's a sex buffet, you're like, I came to the right place. No?
I mean, I don't want to go to a sex buffet either.
Sex party?
We had Juan Nicolone on the episode. He's a big sex party haver.
Who?
Juan Nicolone.
Don't know.
He does New York a lot. He does Stone Street from time to time. Him and his wife, fiance.
They go to sex parties together?
But they only bang each other.
Oh, they just want to be around fucking.
They like to show off.
That's kind of hot. I would do that. I would fucking public.
I would not do it, but I understand.
I did a photo shoot one time.
Interesting.
Years ago, and it was supposed to be like a, sexualized photo shoot. So at one point, her and I were both naked.
Okay.
And everything's like the parts are covered, and it's just a very
What's it for?
It was just a photo shoot.
Okay.
It wasn't for, and so sometimes if you do photo shoots, it's not for a job. They're just called like TFP shoots, which is like trade for print. So you'll get the prints, and that's essentially your pay. And then the photographer's getting the prints, which is essentially his pay.
The portfolio.
Portfolio. You're building your portfolio, right?
Okay.
So we're naked for it, and it was pretty sexy. And I got hard, and I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. This is so embarrassing. Like, I'm trying to like fucking push it down. And she's like, no. She's like, it's hot. And she goes, you know, I feel like these pictures would be sexier if like we actually started having sex. And I was like, what? And I was like, I mean, obviously. So we just fucked on camera. Twice.
Okay. And the photographer's just going with it.
He was like, I looked at him and he was like, because I kind of knew him. I'd worked with him before, and he was just like, dude, do whatever you want. I was like, okay.
How are you in these situations?
I mean, I used to model for a long time.
That's not an explanation.
Well, that's how I got in the fucking photo shoot.
Yeah, but you make it seem like anyone could do this off the street. I ended up banging twice during it, but hey, you know, you.
I mean,
go on whatever.
That's never happened before or had it happen prior to that. You know what I mean? Or since. Nothing even close to that.
How often are you doing this?
Huh?
How much time do you have? What's going on here?
What do you mean?
How do you have all this time? You're doing photo shoots. You're at Tara Rose. You're banging trans folks.
We need to make sure. Okay, yes, she was trans, and yes, we hooked up. But you're making it seem like I'm doing this on a regular basis.
You make it seem like you're doing it on a regular basis.
I'm not fucking trans.
I'm just sitting on this couch with a microphone. I don't know what's going on. I'm just letting you tell stories, and you make it sound like this is happening all up
I'm not
and down.
fucking trans people on the regular.
You're fucking people on the regular. Sometimes one slips in.
It does. Shit happens. You know? I mean, you're telling me you're in a photo shoot, a hot girl's in front of you. She's basically straddling you. You got a hard on, and she's like, fuck me. You're not going to do it?
Of course, but I wouldn't even be in the photo shoot.
I mean, we know that.
I wouldn't even be in that situation. I don't even know how to get access to that.
I don't know. It just happened. And I have a couple friends who are photographers who have ended up hooking up with their models post-shoot. They'll do like sexy photo shoots.
I've heard that.
And then, you know, she's all turned on because she's like, you know, you're so beautiful. Oh my God, right there, baby. That's amazing. Oh my God, you're gorgeous. Like, you know, you're getting your ego pet for fucking an hour, and you're a hot chick. Like, you might want to fuck the photographer.
And these girls, low self-esteem, I'm assuming?
I mean, most models.
I would imagine.
Most pretty people have low self-esteem.
Huh.
Yeah.
Really?
I would think so. I've worked in my self-esteem a lot, but I remember when I was like heavily modeling, fucking self-esteem was in the shitter.
But not about the looks.
No, definitely about the looks. Because you're around,
Really?
think about it, on a daily basis, you're going to these casting calls where there's 200 of you, and they only pick one. So every time you go, you don't get picked. It's like an audition for anything else, you know? Like,
well, of course.
You don't get picked, you're like, ugh. But it's different because you're in your fucking underwear, and they're like, nah, you're not hot enough. So if that's constantly happening, you're like,
Yeah, but how I look at that is you keep doing these auditions. It's like every day you're auditioning for the NBA. Yeah, listen, maybe today you're not playing.
yeah.
But you're getting called to the league every day.
It's a good way to look at it.
You know? So if you were like, listen, yeah, we don't feel good because, you know, I'm a 14-year-old girl who dropped out of school and I don't know how to read, I'd be like, all right, I guess how you're insecure about that.
That sucks.
Right. But the looks makes no sense to me.
I mean, I don't know. I really don't know how to describe it other than that. Maybe that's just me, you know, because, you know, growing up, I was always like a good-looking guy. Like, I played sports. I never had trouble, like, meeting women. But once modeling started, it really shit the old self-esteem.
Huh. You know how to cook?
Do I know how to cook? Very well.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't expecting that answer. I'm going to be honest with you.
Why?
You're Irish.
Okay. Well,
factor.
There's nothing after that, apparently.
Yeah.
You're Irish. Silence.
Zach McGovern from Illinois. I mean, those two things.
I'm a good cook.
Really?
Yeah, you'd fuck me if I cooked for you.
What are you? I'll tuck it back.
Don't tuck it back.
Now see?
I don't want to see it.
I don't know. What are you making?
I mean, you know, chicken parm is a fun one to make. Seafood, I love cooking seafood.
But you're not doing this. Are you? Okay, this is a good question.
I cook for myself every day.
For you, I could say. But with you, you're splitting checks here and there. How long into a relationship are you going to cook for a girl?
I do it as soon as possible.
What? I don't even know what that means.
Cooking is a great aphrodisiac.
I understand that.
If you can cook,
yes.
you're gonna get laid.
Okay.
I'm not doing it for that reason. I enjoy cooking. I enjoy food. I enjoy the process. You know, you got a glass of wine. You're going through the steps. You're either following a recipe or doing what you can cook. It's kind of like a zen time for me to just cook and either listen to a podcast or have a show on in the background that I like.
I get that.
That's why I got kind of good at cooking. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I'm a fucking chef over here. Like, I can follow a recipe. I have a couple recipes I like to cook. But, I'm not fucking shaving truffles on pasta and, cutting up cilantro to dabble. No, I can do the basics.
Okay. But so second date with the girl, you'll cook for her at the apartment.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive.
I mean, it's also fun, too. Because where I live, I have a nice rooftop. So if it's nice out, I can, cook for her and be like, oh, okay, let's go have some wine on the roof.
You have a grill on the roof?
Yeah.
It's nice.
I
miss that.
Yeah, when it's nice. And I also have a movie theater in my apartment. So, in the winter months, you can be like, do you want to go watch a movie in the theater? I
don't know how I feel about that one.
Why?
I don't like that.
Why?
Other people in the theater?
No, it's like a personal theater.
A personal theater?
Yeah, a lot of high rises have these.
I've been to them but you can fit a couple people.
Well, yeah, but you can you
reserve.
Yeah, you reserve for a 3-hour window.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's fun.
That's nice.
It's a great activity.
What's your activity dates?
Activity dates?
Yeah.
Mini golf, bowling.
Yeah, the mini golf.
In the
I like the mini
summertime,
golf.
if you can, because Kite is this new rental car company, and they literally just drop the car off at your house.
Oh.
And then pick it up. So you can take that for 4 hours, and if it's nice weekend day or if it's a girl that doesn't have a regular schedule like I do, I can just during the day do whatever I want. So, hey, you want to go for a hike? Take them to a place to go hiking.
It's called Kite?
Kite, Kyte. It's great. I can give you a coupon, $50 off.
All right. I haven't driven a car in 7 years.
Well, maybe I don't want to be attached to that first rental.
Yeah.
But
I like this idea.
It is good, but I will say that's a second, third beyond number date. Because for a first date, you can't be like, can I take you to the woods?
Yeah, no, you can't do that first. I won't do that until fourth, fifth date.
Because also, what about my safety? She might kill me in the woods.
Yeah, I'm not really thinking that. I'm not really going out with girls where I'm like, I think you could kill me.
But sex in the woods, let me tell you, that's great.
For you, where is sex bad?
Nowhere.
I had a feeling.
It's great everywhere.
It's fantastic all over.
Craziest place you've ever had sex?
Just in a house.
What?
Yeah, never had anywhere else.
You never fucked in a car?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a little something. You've never done...
I'll explain. Lost my virginity in a car. We'll explain it.
Me too.
We'll break this down on the page.
On the page?
On the page.
The Patreon?
What time are we at? We're basically at Patreon time.
All right, we can go to Patreon.
We got
What's the Patreon? Feet?
I just take my socks off and you can say
down.
whatever you want.
I made my feet. I fucking lotioned them up. Okay, gentlemen and ladies potentially, probably not.
I don't know about Patreon.
Join the Patreon. See these fucking dogs. They'll bark for you.
That's right. He was going to oil them up.
I lotioned them up. So I feel like oil would be...
his whole body.
Oil, I do. Soft skin. Baby soft skin.
You buy a separate lotion for the feet?
No.
Or is it all the same?
No, it's just a body cream.
Yeah, but the skin is different on each part of the body.
What, are you buying fucking 8 lotions?
I'm buying no lotions.
You got elbow cream? Clearly not. Look at that fucking thing.
Yeah, because I'm a man. I'm lotioning up my elbows.
This man thing, we're throwing that out the window right now. Being a man is taking care of yourself. This isn't 1954. You can't be like,
it is, dude.
Putting lotion on is gay.
Yeah. Have 2 hot dogs for breakfast and don't put lotion on. Be a man.
Be a man. Die at fucking 58.
Yeah, dude. Be a man.
That's right.
Come on. All right. We're switching to page.
See you guys on the Patreon.
All right. Here we go.